Welcome back, Star Wars fans, to episode 5 of Reynolds Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about my current recarded vintage Star Wars figure collection. Now, if like me you sort of find yourself with loose Star Wars figures and you love the idea of them being on display in their original packaging but can't afford to buy these figures still in their original cases and original card backs, then hopefully you'll find this video helpful. So I'm literally just going to do a very brief review on how I've done this, any sort of little touch-ups and you know, any restoration that's needed, and recarded them, etc. I will put a link to where I buy my cards in the description below. So if anyone out there is thinking about doing this, you know, hopefully this video will help. Cue the march. Okay guys, so here is my collection so far. I've got a few just there, a few more above, and if I just scan over to this side, I have got a few just on this wall underneath my vintage figure collector's poster. So as you can see, I'm about a third of the way there. I've got some just waiting to go into the packages as well. So once I've retouched these, what I'm doing is I'm getting reproduction card backs. I've got some plastic trays, and I am repackaging these figures myself. Now, like I say, we're not talking, when I say that I'm touching these up, because obviously I get them really cheap. I do tend to get them sort of a lot of paint missing, things like that. We're not talking full repaints here, but what I am doing is I'm then touching them up myself and repackaging them, re-accessorising them, repackaging them. I apologise to the purist that may be watching. I know that reproduction packaging and weapons is frowned upon in the collecting community, but unfortunately, as they're so expensive, I need to do this as cheap as I can. So all my figures are original, but like I say, I am repackaging these in reproduction packages and accessories as well. So as you can see, they look fantastic once they're done, and wouldn't look out of place on the shelf in a store brand new. So we've got Luke Skywalker in Jedi gear there, the Emperor just next to him, Bib Fortuna, got 8D8 at the end. We've got Han Solo in Hoth gear. We've got the AT-ST driver. Now, what I will say is, anybody that knows about these vintage figures, you'll be screaming at me that gun is incorrect for that character. That gun is incorrect for that character. This is a character I picked up really early into my collecting days with these figures. I was issued with the wrong gun with him, and I didn't realise it at the time. The beauty of what I'm doing is you will also have noticed, again, if you collect these sort of things, that the trays that I'm using for the figures to stand in do look slightly different to the original trays. Now, I've done this for two reasons really. One, so that if I ever do have to get rid of these, if I ever fall on hard times and I do need to get rid of them, which I don't intend to, as far as I'm concerned, these will never go back into circulation. But if they do, a keen collector will see that these are not the original trays, so will easily be able to identify that this is not original packaging. I don't ever intend to sort of rip anybody off. And two, the second reason is they're a clamshell, so they aren't stuck directly onto the card back. So if ever I need to get the figures out, I don't have to destroy the card back and tear the tray off to get at the figures. I will be able to swap the gun out for the AT-ST driver. I just unclip the top of the tray. It opens up. I can swap the gun out, put the figure back in, and clip it all back together, and it does not destroy the card back. So that's why I've used those trays, because I can open them and close them if I need to without having to tear it off the card back. Going up, we've got Leia in Boost disguise there. I absolutely love that figure. We've then got, I'm really pleased to have a Yak Face again, not original packaging. I do love the tri-logo packaging. As you can see, they all look, once they're repackaged and touched up, cleaned up, they look fantastic. We've got Bosk there, AT-AT driver. Apologies for the reflection of the protective casings. I did want to take them out of the casing, but then I didn't really want to handle them, so I left them in. Moving up, we've got Prune Face at the end, Hammerhead, we've got Walrus Man, we've got Chewbacca, one of the first 12. Moving up, we've then got the Rebel Commander there, Tusken Raider Sand People, R5D4, got Forlom at the end. Later renamed Zuckuss. There was some confusion between Zuckuss and Forlom with the names. I'm not quite sure how that came about, but I believe this character is now named Zuckuss, not Forlom, and Forlom is the other way around. So anyone that doesn't already know, Forlom stands for the love of money, as is one of the bounty hunters, and they basically do it for the money. That's what that stands for. We've got Lando Calrissian above, Imperial Snowtrooper, another 2 from the original 12. We've got Han Solo there and the Stormtrooper. Moving up, we've got, if you can just see up there, we've got Admiral Akbar, Klaatu, Ree-Yees, and we've got Lando at the end there in skiff disguise. If we just go over to this side, I have got some figures that are just awaiting to be repackaged. So we've got, actually, if you just look at Luke in his X-Wing gear, I've just got to finish off his helmet there. But we've got Luke in X-Wing, Luke in Bespin fatigues. I think that's an amazing figure. I'm so happy with that. I touched his hair up on that one. He was a little bit bald when I got him, and his belt was all the black had worn off the belt, so I've repainted that as well. As you can see, you don't have to do huge amounts of work with these figures to bring them back to the former glory, but once you've done it, they just look amazing. We've got the Attack Commander there, Dengue, Royal Guard, and Boba Fett. Again, Boba Fett, generally when you get these, if you pick them up fairly cheap, they generally come with virtually no chest armour paint left, and usually no visor paint either, so I have touched up his chest armour and his visor. Again, you don't need to do a lot of work to these just to bring them back to the former glory. They will be getting repackaged very soon. I've got a few just above as well, so I've got a packaged Boba Fett. Again, touched him up, it just looks amazing once he's back in the packaging. We've got Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Again, original figures, not original packaging, but I love these. Are 4 of my favourites, so I have put these on a slightly different wall underneath my figure poster. And Tatooine Luke. A lot of people call him Farmboy Luke. I like to call him Tatooine Luke. Don't get me started on why they issued him with a yellow lightsaber. I have no idea why they did that. They seem to get the lightsabers wrong. Kenner seemed to make a habit of this back in the day. Issued Ben with the correct coloured lightsaber, but for some reason gave him a yellow lightsaber on his card back. Darth Vader was fine, but yeah. And also, no idea why they didn't issue X-Wing Luke with a lightsaber. In the scene in Empire Strikes Back, he had his blue lightsaber. If you recall, he attached himself to underneath the AT-AT to throw the detonator inside, but actually opened up the AT-AT with his lightsaber. So for me, he should have come with one, but yeah. Anyway, and they're all ready to go. Yeah, so there we go, guys. What I do want to say just before I finish this video, I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine now, Mark, who Mark is he runs under the name V Photos on eBay. That's his eBay seller name, and it's Mark that actually provides all my card backs for me. If you're looking at maybe starting your own collection, or you've got some loose figures that you think would be a good idea to back on cards once you've seen this and see how good they look, Mark is who provides all my card backs. Fantastic prices, and the quality of the card backs, as you can see, is absolutely amazing. I will put his link underneath for his eBay seller store to take you straight to the card back listing. He's fantastic with his communication as well. Always gets back to you very quickly. But you know, his prices and quality of these cards are absolutely brilliant. So a big shout out to Mark. Thank you, Mark. Like I say, I've got a good way to go yet, so I will be back very soon for some more. But yeah, the quality you just cannot argue with. So get in touch with Mark if you're looking at doing this. Yeah, and just enjoy collecting, guys. If this is something you love doing, like I said earlier in the video, a lot of people frown on the sort of repackaging and the reproduction sort of weapons and things like that. But if, like me, you're not a rich man, we have to resort to reproductions because we just priced out the market for the original figures. I will do a little video on sort of how to touch up these figures, just a little bit of paint and things like that. You don't have to be a professional to do it. It is fairly simple. Okay, guys. So as always, please like and subscribe. Please tell people if you think these videos will be enjoyed by anyone else you know. Word of mouth as well. It really does help the channel. And I'll see you next time. Keep collecting, everybody.